Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you the oldest pieces in my wardrobe. I thought that this fit in quite nicely with my channel being a bit more leaning towards slow fashion these days. So I'm going to talk you through how long I've had each of these pieces and whether or not I still wear them, whether or not they're like my style anymore. So I hope you enjoy the video and let's get started. Kicking it off with the oldest dress in my wardrobe. I bought this in 2014, so I think this is actually the oldest thing that I'm showing you today, or the thing that I've had the longest. I did find it funny actually looking at the hanger, because out of the 9 items that are on the hanger, 5 of them are navy blue. It used to be basically the only color that I wore, so a lot of my oldest pieces are navy blue. I still wear it a little bit, but I obviously wear a lot of other colors now as well. I actually haven't worn this in a couple of years. I keep it in my wardrobe because I remember it being super versatile. Like, you can put on a black tights with this, and it goes really nicely because there's already black in the design of the dress itself. So it's really easy to style for autumn and winter. And then in spring, summer, I just wear it on its own. But yeah, I just haven't worn it recently, and I'm actually not sure that it still fits me, so I'll try it on for you now. We'll see. If you don't see it, it's because it doesn't fit anymore, but because I think at this point, if I haven't worn it in a couple of years, I either need to start wearing it again or get rid of it. I thought I would show you one more dress, my second oldest dress in my collection, because with my style now, I'm much more into midi length items. Obviously that last one I showed you was a shorter dress, which is one of the reasons that I haven't worn it in the last couple of years. But this dress is one that I picked up in 2017. So it's a few years younger than that last one, but as you can see, it is still navy, so I was still obviously very much in my navy phase. This one, in my opinion, is a lot more elegant. I do think of that last dress as more of a younger style, whereas this one is just a bit more my style now. It's got the v-neck at the front. It cinches at the waist with elastic, which means I can wear a belt if I want, but I don't have to. And then it is flowy from the waist, which I absolutely love. This is one that I'm still wearing a lot now. I get a lot of wear out of it in spring and summer. I don't usually choose to layer this one up in winter because it does have these ties on the sleeves, which means that a jumper, if I put a jumper over top, you'd see a little bulge on the sleeves. So it's not the best for layering, but I do still wear it in the warmer months. The oldest top in my collection is this one from Topshop, and I've had this since 2015. I remember actually including this in one of my very first haul videos on my channel. So this is a tight high neck grey top. At the time when I bought this, I was still wearing a lot of fitted clothing, which I've definitely come away from in my style now. Not because I'm like worried about my body or anything, like I'm fine with my body, but I just, you know, the style in general I think has come away from fitted items. Like skinny jeans are out, straight leg jeans and baggy jeans are very in, you know, shirts, blazers, everything that you buy, people are buying oversized now, so fitted things kind of not really in style anymore. I do still wear this one though, but I just wear it differently. I used to wear it like on its own, you'd be able to see the top, whereas now I wear it as a layering piece in winter. So for example, I would wear it underneath a jumper like this one. Probably not this one because of the colours, they wouldn't go together so nicely, but a jumper like this one in a different colour. I'd have this shirt underneath, so you just see the high neck poking up above it. So it is a piece that I now kind of only tend to wear in winter rather than year-round like I would have earlier, because I don't really wear it as like a visible piece on its own. It's just really for layering now. In saying that though, I do think that's a good thing to keep in mind, that just because something is not necessarily your style anymore, it doesn't mean you have to get rid of it. Like sometimes there are other ways that you can find to style things like this, and I regularly do that with my shirts that I don't like want visible anymore. I will change them from being a staple piece that you'd see in summer over just to being a layering piece in winter, or even like if I really don't like them that much, I'll just wear them as a pajama top in bed in winter. Right, my oldest jumper in my wardrobe is this one here, which I've had since 2017. This was actually a birthday gift from Jonathan's sister. I picked it, but she got it for me for my birthday. This was like one of my last jumper purchases before I really discovered actual warm jumpers. I think at the time I still thought that this was a warm jumper. I remember just being freezing all winter every single year until the last few years when I really have discovered actual warm jumpers, because this is so thin, and I think at the time I thought this was quite a thick jumper, but now that I have actual thick jumpers, I realize how thin this actually is. And it's also just acrylic, like the label literally just says 100% acrylic, whereas now I've discovered cashmere and wool and alpaca. I have a lot of like really nice natural materials that my jumpers are made out of now. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And they are so much warmer than acrylic and polyester. Don't get me wrong, some man-made materials can be really warm, but a lot of them are not, and this falls in the category of it's not warm. Have I worn it recently? I definitely haven't worn it this year. I think I may have worn it once or twice last year. I basically just use this as a painting jumper. I'm a teacher if you don't know, so if I'm painting with my class, this is the jumper that I go for because I don't mind getting it a little bit dirty and getting a bit of paint on it, and I would rather have one old jumper that I don't really wear that much set aside for something like that rather than get rid of this, and then if I end up painting with my class I have to wear something that I don't want to get paint on. So this is the designated painting jumper. The oldest trousers in my wardrobe is a pair of jeans that I've had since 2018. These are from Cotton On and they are straight leg jeans, and this was my first pair of straight leg jeans. 2018 is not that far back, so I guess 2018 was kind of when I started to find the style that I have now. So my first pair of straight leg jeans, these ones actually have rips in them, which are getting a little bit too ripped for my liking. I need to chop this bit off. It used to be attached to the other side. They need a little bit of TLC, but I do still wear these quite regularly actually. I think I wore them last weekend. I've worn them at least a few times this year already. They're not my most worn jeans because obviously with the rips in them I can't wear them to work and to anywhere like nice, but I am still getting a lot of wear out of them. I love wearing them in the weekends, on casual days, and they do have a bit of stretch to them, so they are a bit more accommodating than just, you know, a pair of stiff denim jeans. The oldest skirt in my collection is, believe it or not, navy. This one is from 2017. This was one of my very first midi length purchases. I had been toying with the idea of midi length skirts and dresses for a while, but I hadn't been able to find them in store, and 2017 was the year that they like started trickling into the stores. So this was one of the very first ones I picked up. Obviously since then midi length has become a huge trend and you can find it everywhere now, but at the time there were not a lot of options. I do still wear this one, admittedly not as much as I did initially because I have newer ones, nicer ones. This is from the same store as this jumper that we talked about before, so like the material is not super nice. I definitely have nicer midi skirts, but I do still wear this one from time to time. I wear it enough to keep it around in my wardrobe. It's just not like the first one that I'm gonna reach for anymore. I thought I would show you two jackets. This one I think is the oldest one, but I can't actually remember when I got this. My best guess is 2016 or 2015. So this is my raincoat. I think I've talked about this in a previous video somewhere on my channel, but this raincoat is not waterproof, which is like the point of a raincoat. It's only water resistant, so it's only going to keep me dry if it's light rain. If it's actually like properly raining, then the rain's just going to go right through and get me wet. The reason that I have this, and the reason that I still have this, is because I can't afford a waterproof raincoat. I mean, I could if I like assigned some money to that in particular, but it's just like so far down my priority list that I haven't put the money aside for that specifically. Also, like, I don't actually remember the last time I had to walk for any length of time in pouring rain. Last year Auckland had a water crisis where it just didn't rain enough and we just about ran out of water, and this year like we have had some heavy rain but it doesn't last long and it's not really been enough to like properly bring us out of that crisis. So for the last couple of years we haven't actually had a lot of rainfall here in Auckland, and even if we do, like the furthest that I ever have to go is from my car to my classroom at school, and that's not a long distance. That's like 1 minute of running through the rain. So I kind of don't see the point in spending $300 or however much a waterproof jacket costs to run through the rain for 1 minute every couple of weeks. So anyway, this is what I have, and I don't wear it very often. I think actually in the last few years the only times that I've worn this is on a school trip when we're out for the whole day and it's a bit drizzly. That's like the only times that I've worn this. The other jacket that I want to show you is, I think, my second oldest, and this one is from 2016. This is from Forever New. Again, navy blue. This is one that I have worn so much. You know how I was telling you about my jumpers that were not warm because I hadn't discovered warm jumpers? Well, this was my solution to not having a warm jumper. This jacket is completely lined with fake fur, which is so beautiful and warm, and it even has it on the hood as well. It doesn't go down the arms, but there's actually a couple of layers of material in the arms, so there's a bit of coverage, like proper coverage there as well. So yeah, this was my solution to not having a warm jumper, is I would just wrap up in this really warm jacket. It just meant that I didn't take my jacket off all day, which looking back now is kind of a weird look when you're like inside. I also use this in place of my raincoat because if it's just light drizzle's not going to go through this either. So if I'm not going to wear something waterproof, because I don't have anything waterproof, I may as well be warm because my raincoat's not warm. So this also contributed to why I didn't really wear my raincoat that much as well. But yeah, I've had a lot of use out of this. I haven't worn it as much the last couple of years because like I have discovered warm jumpers, and so my jackets and my coats now are ones that look a bit nicer, because although I love the warmth of this one, the look of it is not really my aesthetic anymore. So if I can keep this warm but with a jacket that looks nicer, then that's what I do. The oldest scarf in my wardrobe is this pink one here, which I got in 2016, but I actually got this from an op shop, so this is actually like older than that. It's just that I've had it since 2016. So it is a pink scarf with little tassels on the ends. This scarf has been through several phases with me. I got it in 2016 and then didn't wear it, I think, at all in 2016. And then I wore it like every day in winter in 2017. And then I discovered high neck jumpers, and so I didn't need a scarf. So then I didn't wear it for a couple of years again. And then now in 2021, we're just coming into winter now, and I am starting to wear it again now. So it's been like in and out of rotation of clothes that I actually wear. But this is actually one of my best cost per wear items in my wardrobe, even though it's been through those dips, because I have worn it quite a lot when I'm in a phase of wearing it, and because it was from an op shop, it was $2. Literally $2. Even if I just wore it 5 times, like that's still pretty good cost per wear. Yeah, I've definitely worn it a lot more than 5 times. Although I'm not really one to like hoard things and hold on to them if I'm not wearing them anymore, I do know that I go in and out with phases, so things like this I will sometimes keep even if I haven't worn them in a long time, because I feel like I'm going to come back to wearing them at some point. And yeah, so this one's been a good one to keep around because I do keep coming back to it. And the last category for today is shoes. So the oldest pair of footwear in my collection are these brown sandals, which I've had since 2018. These were my first purchase when I decided to invest a little bit more in my shoes. Investing is a topic that I have talked about in a few previous videos, because the word invest means different things for everyone depending on your price range. So to a lot of people these will not be an investment, and even to me now, the price that I paid for these is not what I would now consider an investment, but at the time it was, because I'd previously been buying really cheap shoes. So these were a little more expensive than what I was used to because they are leather on top and just higher quality than the shoes I had been buying previously. So I've had these for a few years now, and I still pull them out and wear them spring, summer, even into autumn as well, every year. The brown is just perfect because it goes with just about everything in my wardrobe. I wear these with pretty much all my skirts and dresses, and I think at the moment, because I keep track of everything I wear every day so I can like see how much I wear things, I'm pretty sure these are currently my most worn footwear item this year so far. Obviously that'll change as we like go through winter, because I'll probably end up wearing my boots more, but at the moment, because we've had summer and autumn, these are my most worn shoes this year, and also my oldest. How cool is that? And that brings me to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you do like the content that I make, please feel free to subscribe. I upload one new video every single week on a Monday, and I will see you next time. Bye!